There's a snap, the fake handoff to Carver. Zach Wright's got a lot of running room. He's down on the edge. He's got a lead blocker. Kent Kessner, he's loose. Touchdown. Give him 6. To Humphrey. He breaks through after a juke. He's got a gap. He's got a lane. He's got 6. Touchdown. Padone in motion. Call's going to keep it. He's got a gap up the middle. He storms into the end zone. Touchdown. Northwood takes the early lead against Marion. Give them 6, boys. Hello and welcome to Hogo Football here on Halloween night. Scary afternoon for some football. This is Dylan Hutton along with Corey Johnston and Travis DeBusk and Andy Brown over there on the computer. Travis, you're the closest thing to a meteorologist that we have here. What do you think about the weather tonight? We got a pretty steady rain.
Yeah, it's been coming down pretty steady now for about the last 30 minutes. The field's definitely very saturated, very muddy out there, especially between the hash marks. It's going to be a messy night. The question is this rain going to turn into ice? Is it going to turn into snow before this game's over? We're just going to have a really wet mess, and holding on to the ball's definitely going to be key tonight more than it has been in any game so far this season. And tonight we've got 2 teams that have had trouble with that all year long.
We talked a little bit earlier today about what the game time temperature was going to be, and we had determined that maybe it was going to be closer to 45. Well, it's dropped well below that now. We're looking at 39 degrees here, so we may see a little bit of snow before all this is over with here, and honestly, it's going to change the aspect for both teams. It's obviously going to be about holding on to the ball and who can capitalize on those turnovers.
And with this weather, who do you guys see as the real beneficiary with this rain coming down as it is right now? Both these teams, like you said, have had problems, but I don't think anybody's been lamented as bad as Patrick Henry has with turnovers.
Right, and honestly, I think if this helps anybody, it helps Chilhowie. It keeps Patrick Henry from using that pass game that we've seen be effective this year so far. So, to me, I think it kind of gives Chilhowie a little bit of an edge. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. We've seen Patrick Henry try to go to the air a few times in the games that we've covered this year, but Patrick Henry does have a running game. They can fall back on it if they need to, and they're probably going to have to tonight. But you know what? For these kids playing, Corey, you remember what it was like when you were playing. These bad weather games are the ones you remember. They're the ones that are really a lot of fun when you get back on the bus and you got mud, toes all the way up to the eyeballs. These will be games they'll remember for the rest of their life.
Absolutely.
That's true. And Travis had to worry about the rain getting in his hair as he was coming up here to the booth.
Yeah, you spend all that time in makeup getting ready for your on-air debut, and the rain messes it up. We got to get a parking spot closer to the press box.
Absolutely.
Well, this place, the way it is, boys, it's a long way. We can't just valet ourselves everywhere we go.
No, we got a pretty good trek here.
Yeah. And Travis, let's go ahead and get started. You ready to start?
I'm ready. Let's get ready. Get this pregame show rolling and get on for an exciting. And as we start talking, looks like the rain's actually starting to let up a little bit.
Yeah, this pregame show is brought to you by Appalachian Plastics and Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse. So with that, let's go ahead and talk about a recap of last week in the Hoga-Higgy District. Player of the Week, Seth Thomas has been dubbed the South Fork Flinger from Hogo.com. So Travis Terry's still making nicknames for anybody who can get a chance to nickname. He was 24 of 46 passing for 309 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. And 3 of those TD passes were to one receiver named Nick Hale. Holston was able to upset Rural Retreat over there in Indian Country, first win of the season for the Cavaliers, and he really had to put the game on his shoulders.
Yeah, an impressive win by Holston. I don't know a whole lot of people seen that coming, especially on the road the way they did. Holston had trouble scoring any points at all as of late, and of course in their early games they were able to hang some on the board, but scores had been hard to come by lately. But yeah, the South Fork Slinger puts it together there, gets some touchdown scores.
Yeah, that's a pretty good nickname.
Yeah,
Travis Terry. He knows the nicknames, boys.
Yeah, but I want to take this opportunity to call Travis Terry out, too. That Katy Perry comparison wasn't very funny that he had on there.
It was.
I thought
it was funny.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah, they said that College Game Day has Katy Perry and corn dogs. Hogo Game Day has Travis DeBusk and hot dogs.
I think we're just as good.
We got a drama queen like Katy Perry with our crew here, Travis. But anyway, let's go ahead and turn and look at the games last week that went down. Patrick Henry traveled to Wythe County to take on the Rolling Rocky Maroons, as Travis calls them, claims that's their name. George Wythe won that game 44-21. Is it their name?
Yeah, it's the George Wythe Rocky Maroons. Absolutely, that is their official title.
Have you seen that on any?
Honestly, I have never seen them called the Rocky Maroons. I don't know.
You might have dreamt that up.
Boys, and y'all call yourself Hogo Game Day. I just don't get it. Y'all stick with me. We'll go places. Hey, I was surprised the way that Patrick Henry held into that ball game. George Wythe, actually, Patrick Henry jumped out on George Wythe to start the game.
Right.
Start the game off, and that makes 16 wins in a row now for George Wythe. Trey Skeens had 123 yards on 18 carries, 2 touchdowns. And also had a 2-point conversion running the ball. Passed for another 2-point conversion. They went for 2 on 2 occasions in that game. Monterick Phillips added 94 yards on 12 carries. Quarterback Darius Moore had a 1-yard touchdown run, but he had to leave the game due to an injury. He was replaced by Deacon Beamer. Deacon Beamer also had a rushing touchdown late in the game. Dakota Humphrey kept the ball on the ground for Patrick Henry, rushing 24 times for 152 yards and 2 touchdowns. So good effort by Dakota Humphrey and the Rebels last night. Patrick Henry and George Wythe each had 14 first downs. George Wythe outgained Patrick Henry by just 60 yards, 274 to 214. But turnovers made the difference. That's what we talked on earlier in the game. PH turns it over 3 times, a fumble, and 2 interceptions.
I think it goes back to what we've talked about all year with Patrick Henry. If they could eliminate the turnovers, I think we're talking about a totally different Patrick Henry team with a totally different record. But to touch on some of the stats that you gave as far as Trey Skeens goes, he's had a good solid year all year. He's got 154 carries, just a little over 1,400 yards. That equals out to be about 9 a carry. And he was our Hogo Player of the Week 2 weeks in a row. And honestly, the kid has just performed week in and week out, and he's been the backbone for that George Wythe team. A slow start for that George Wythe team, but they've really turned it around here at the end and actually sitting tied for 4th in the 1A West.
Yeah, we'll turn and talk about that here in a few minutes. Let's finish up the scores from around the district last week. Holston defeated Rural Retreat. Derek Patterson's first career victory at the helm there at Holston High School. Seth Thomas, of course, Player of the Week, 24-46 for 300 yards passing, 4 TDs, 1 rushing touchdown. Seth Thomas kicked the winning extra point as well. Rural Retreat QB Wyatt Sowers also threw 3 TDs in the game for 93 total yards. Had a shootout up there.
I don't think any of us saw that coming either. I don't think any of us saw Holston's 1 scoring that many points or 2 contending for a win.
But we did talk about Holston is not the kind of team that you want to get in these scoring battles with, because at the start of the year they were scoring a lot of points. It's good to see them getting back in rhythm, especially here at the end of the year.
Yeah, that was Holston. They come from behind a couple times too. That was really surprising. We hadn't seen them be able to play from behind at any time this season, but they were come back, took the lead, then they would fall behind and come back and take the lead again. So real good win for Holston. You really want to see every team in the Hoagie District at least pick up 1 victory, if not a couple. So congratulations to the Cavaliers.
Yeah, Cavaliers, they definitely made some noise this week in the district. Let's turn to the last game, the game that we were attending and broadcasting from Marion and Union.
What a flop.
Marion defeated Union 42-14. The 3-headed Marion Monster is what Travis Terry has written down here. Sam Wagner, 202 yards, 26 carries, 2 touchdowns, 4 extra points, and 1 2-point conversion. And he didn't win Player of the Week. But Hunter Leffler had 15 of 22 passing, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. Then that turns to the last Scarlet Hurricane that backed the stats. Aaron Garrison, 1 kick return for a touchdown, 1 receiving touchdown, and 1 interception in the end zone down there when Union was driving.
Garrison took that opening kickoff all the way, took it 90 yards, as a matter of fact, all the way to the end zone for a touchdown, and there was no looking back for the Scarlet Hurricane. And they just dominated that game from start to finish, that opening touchdown kick, and then they come out and block the punt on Union's first drive, and they were able to capitalize and get 3 points out of it. So excellent job by Marion. They really look tough to beat as we head towards the playoffs.
Yeah, and that puts Marion in a great position in 2A West. Riley Blevins defended that star receiver James Mitchell well. Mitchell did haul in that 68-yard touchdown pass, but other than that, they held the freshman receiver that you can see he's definitely a talent out there for Union. They're definitely going to be up there for years to come, especially with this offense they had. Marion did a great job stopping them, and I think Marion's getting still in tune, still at the top right now.
Yeah. And this also propelled Marion to third in Bristol Herald Courier's Super 7. So we have a Hogo team sitting third right there just behind Honeacre and Gate City at 2-1.
Yep, and they're in good shape. Corey, you said that you have the standings for the 1A West and 2A West. If you can give us sort of an update there.
Just a quick update on what we've got for our Hogo teams. Northwood leads the 1A West as far as the Hogo goes, sitting in third right now with a little over 20 average. And we could get into how that average works. I had to do a lot of reading to see how that average works, but I figured it out. And it looks like Northwood has just about completely locked up at least one home playoff game. That's not anything official yet, but just by how I've done the numbers, it's very, very close. George Wythe comes in tied for fourth with Fort Chiswell, a little under 20 points as an average. Rural Retreat and Patrick Henry sit tied for 12th right now. Of course, Patrick Henry has the head-to-head over that one with the win. Chilhowie sits just out in 18th. But the way that I've done the points, I don't think there's any way that Chilhowie can actually get in. And it looks like we've almost got the 1A West teams set. Now, where they will actually end up, we'll have to play the rest of the season. But as far as the 16 teams that are getting in, it's really down to 17 teams. There's 17 teams for 16 spots. And it's very close right there, those last couple teams. Patrick Henry, obviously, with a win tonight, would secure a spot in the 1A West playoffs. But as far as locking in with a loss, they're going to have some help. It's going to be a little bit tough.
Yeah.
But as far as that goes, Patrick Henry almost locked in for the 1A West playoff spot. As of right now, they would be traveling to George Wythe or Fort Chiswell, depending on how that matchup would go. With that, they would be traveling to either one of those teams for their playoff game. That would be an away playoff game. So. Looks like right now we got 4 teams in the Hogo, 2 home playoff games and 2 away playoff games.
Stacking up pretty good so far, but Chilhowie really wants to ruin those plans for Patrick Henry tonight. They want to pick up that win.
They're not out by much, so
no, it's
maybe.
Not much. It's not a whole lot. They would have to have some help.
This is a must-win.
Yeah, and it's a season spoiler. That's
right.
What Patrick Henry. I mean, that's what Chilhowie's playing for tonight. Their season was essentially over 2 weeks ago. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this Patrick Henry team, and I think they're going to put up a good fight tonight. And they're here to spoil the party. We're sitting here at senior night right now, and Chilhowie's got a lot of seniors out there, and they would want nothing more than to spoil somebody's season. Just to give you an idea, Patrick Henry hasn't beaten Chilhowie since 2003. So to keep the streak going, to ruin the season, all that's motivation.
You're definitely right there with that, but that was the standing update there from Corey. Tonight we'll be getting low scoreboard updates from Holston George Wythe as they travel up to Wythe County for another ball game. 2 straight weeks. What a stretch of games for the Cavaliers. Then Virginia High heads into Marion tonight. We'll be getting updates from that one. And finally another Hogo matchup going on across the mountain there. Rural Retreat at Northwood. A pretty interesting game there. Had Rural Retreat won, we might be sitting in Northwood tonight, but figured this game could be a good one. Different dynamic this year, guys. Usually PH comes in limping. This time it's Chilhowie limping.
Right.
Well, Chilhowie's limping from the season, but let's talk about it like this. Patrick Henry's limping too. I mean, these last 2 weeks, they haven't really shown what we thought they were capable of, especially in that Marion game. They rebounded a little bit last week, and we'll say they probably held their own against George Wythe. But Chilhowie's they've got as much momentum as the Rebels do now. Both these teams are playing flat. So.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a battle here in the mud at Chilhowie High School. It's a whole lot different than I was thinking on the way over here driving through the rain, how different it was when we first started week 1 when we was at Marion for the Chilhowie game. It was hot. We were sweating.
Well, I mean, even the last time we were here for the Chilhowie-Northwood game, it was a lot different.
Yeah, and you remember the Marion game at Chilhowie, the first broadcast?
Yeah.
It was hot climbing that hill.
Isn't it hard to believe this is week 9? One more week left in the regular season. That's just unreal. It's really flown by. Been a good time. We've covered some good games. Got to meet a lot of good people. Had a whole lot of fun. Next week we're not sure where we're going to be at yet, but that'll be a wrap-up game, and hopefully we'll be able to put some things together to bring you some playoff broadcasts.
Yeah, we're hoping to be able to do that. And it's going to be, I hope tonight's a close game. We need one.
Right.
They've been dodging us.
Right, yeah.
But
We've seen some blowouts lately.
Yeah, a lot of blowouts. So we're begging for a close game. We're going to take a quick. The Hogo Game of the Week is provided by Abingdon Equipment, Appalachian Plastics, Big M Farm Service, Carter's Pharmacy, Glade Pharmacy, PoliticalGameDay.com. Keep up with all the action in the Hogo.
But Marion's going to take over here on the 10-yard line, right in the red zone. That handoff to Wagner up the middle. There's a lot of Warriors in the backfield. Here comes Wagner around the edge, diving in. Touchdown.
Like us on Facebook, Hogo Game Day. Follow us on Twitter at Hogo Game Day. And check out our very own website, www.hogogameday.com.
Had a big play here. Saps on the handoff. He breaks loose. He's past the 50, down to about the 35, and he's knocked hard out of bounds by Riley Blevins. So that was a big-time hit by Riley.
Listen to our audio broadcast on your mobile device by downloading the Spreaker app through the Google Play Store for Android devices and on the App Store for iOS devices, and search for the Hoagie Heagie Network.
Love gonna be a good time. It's a small town. Throw down. It's time to tall boy up. Let them tailgates.
And the homestanding Chilhowie Warriors. It's senior night here in Chilhowie, and the Warriors come into this game not having won in the last 7 weeks, so they're looking to pick up a victory tonight over the visiting Patrick Henry Rebels.
We talked just a few minutes ago about how when we played, it was fun to play these games, these sloppy games, cold games. I bet this isn't very fun for the referees.
Oh, no. No.
We didn't talk about that. I bet these referees
Travis has been a referee.
Yeah, these guys are in a hurry to get out of here. They're
Absolutely.
They're going to run this clock just as fast as they can, get those balls set quickly. They're going to, but it's going to be tough. You know, this is when you really lean on your senior manager or your student managers, too, to help keep dry game balls out there.
Yeah, it's a tough job as far as doing that. Let's go ahead and jump to the favorite part of the show, predictions. This weather rolling in, I'm sure it's going to change some minds. Starting off the first game, do a little background here. Virginia High goes to Marion. Last year, Virginia High defeated Marion 38-22. Marion couldn't stop Justin Brown for the Virginia High Bearcats. He ran for 221 yards on 19 carries and 3 touchdowns. Wagner was held to just 75 yards on 15 carries, so they had to sort of leave the running game there with the stoppage, but we'll see what Wagner does tonight. History, since 1999, Marion leads the series against Virginia High 6-5. Has won 2 out of the last 3. Games are usually high scoring. Of course, tonight with the weather, we'll see. 3 out of the last 4 games, both teams have scored at least 20 points each, combined for 60 points, 45 points, and 59 points. So some high scoring affairs. Last week, Marion, of course, dominated Union. Lebanon beat Virginia High 25-10. We'll go ahead and turn right here to the forum picks. Second place in our HogoHeagie.com Pick'em on the forum on Hogo.com. He has Marion winning this ball game 42-24. Travis Terry's not here tonight. He's absent. His pick, Marion by 2 touchdowns. Says cold weather slows the Big Red Machine down a little. Travis?
Yeah, I think the weather's really going to play into it. Virginia High's not the team that they were last year. I think Marion wins this game without any problem. Marion's can dominate in all facets. You know, they can pass the ball, they can run the ball. Marion's going to win. It's going to be a little bit lower scoring though, 28-7 Marion.
We see a lot of defensive changes for Virginia High this year. It's not the same defense that stopped Wagner, and I think Wagner has a big game tonight. I've got them big too. I've got 35-14 Marion.
I've got 35-14 Marion as well, so everybody's got Marion in that one. It could be a good one. Rural Retreat at Northwood. We'll start going a little bit quicker here as the Warriors are getting set to take the field. Rural Retreat at Northwood. Last year, Northwood defeated them 28-6. They started playing in 87 when Northwood was formed. Rural Retreat dominates the series 24-5, including 2 playoff wins. The Indians have won 9 straight from 03 to 2012. That's a pretty impressive streak. You don't hear about that one very often. Last week, Northwood was by, and Holston defeated Rural Retreat. So Rural Retreat's coming off that shocking loss at home. Our forum picks second place in the Hogo Forum Pick'em. PHHS Old Timer has Northwood running away 40-28 in Saltville. So our pick here, Travis Terry, has Northwood by 3 TDs. He says Northwood comes out a little rusty. Rural Retreat tries to avenge last week's upset. Northwood pulls away. I've got Northwood as well.
I think it's going to be Northwood too. If you look at the weather's not going to be much different than what we're seeing here just over the mountain, and that really plays to both strengths. And if you look at both strengths as a run game, Northwood's obviously the best run game. I've got them 42-28.
Yeah, the weather's going to be the great neutralizer, but I think Northwood wins it. I got them going 24-12.
Turning around here, heading up the road to Wythe County. Holston defeated George Wythe last year 34-25. Holston, that was their first win over the Rocky Maroons since 1991. George Wythe led at the half 17-14. Holston dominated in the second half, racking up 229 second-half yards. George Wythe managed just 3 first downs and netted 49 total yards in the second half. There's a big difference in this year's Holston's defense from last year. They graduated a lot of talent. George Wythe, over the history of the rivalry, dominates the series 22-2. So that win streak is impressive. George Wythe had a 21-game winning streak from 91 to 2012. Another pick here, Panther 96. He's second place in the Pick'em too. So evidently the Hogo Forum Pick'em is close.
Pretty close.
Panther 96 has George Wythe 42, Holston 7. Travis Terry, big win last week for Holston, but Skeens and company too good. George Wythe leads and wins comfortably. I've got the Maroons as well.
I think Holston gets shut out tonight. George Wythe 35, Holston 0.
I think it could be about the same thing. I've actually got George Wythe 56-13, but it's obviously not the same Holston team that came up 1 game short from winning the Hogo last year right here in Chilhowie. So, obviously, with George Wythe being the powerhouse that they are, I'm saying 56-13 tonight.
High scoring up there in Wytheville. So, Patrick Henry, Chilhowie, here we are. PH takes the field. Chilhowie's getting ready to come out thunderstruck playing. Last year, Chilhowie defeated PH 52-28. Will we see that kind of scoring tonight? We're not sure. Well, you'll have to hang with us. Since PH joined in 88, Chilhowie leads the series 18-8. In 04, Chilhowie led the series just 9-8. So a big turnaround there. Chilhowie's won 9 straight. So there's a streak on the line here. A lot to protect as they're shooting fireworks off as they come in here. And for 6 years, between 2007 and 2012, PH has just managed to score 21 points. Last week, Chilhowie was off. Patrick Henry played George Wythe and was defeated 44-21. Forum pick, the Pick'em leader, Coach Jay, has Patrick Henry 28, Chilhowie 20. Travis Terry's pick from our crew. Everything about this game points toward PH winning, but Halloween night is crazy. Anything can happen. Warriors in the upset. Game day finally gets their 1-possession finish. I hope we get our one possession finish, Travis, or whoever wants to go.
Well, we hope so. We hope it's a very close game. And you know, when I did my picks this morning, I was all Patrick Henry, and then I got over here and I started thinking, this rain could really help Chilhowie in this, and it could hurt Patrick Henry in the sense that Patrick Henry does like to throw the ball. But I'm sticking with my pick. I'm going to go with Patrick Henry in a close one. I've actually got it a 1-point game. I'm going 21-20.
It's Halloween night, boys.
I want a close one.
And the Chilhowie Warriors, they're going to be dressed in black pants, orange jerseys. The Rebels look good tonight. They got on white jerseys and gray pants. We like that combination over there with their blue helmets. So let's do the eye test here. It's Halloween. I got no choice. I got to go with the pumpkins out there. Let's give the win to the Chilhowie Warriors tonight. They're going to knock off.
We're picking teams based on colors now. Hey, it's going to be a good ball game. We're getting ready to start the broadcast. They're doing a coin toss. I'm taking Patrick Henry in a tight one. I'm telling you, it's going to be a squeaker.
I'm pretty sure Chilhowie does not want Travis to pick them. Because every time Travis has picked Chilhowie, he's been wrong this year.
Tonight's been right, boys. It's Halloween. Strange things happen on Halloween. That's right. I'm right. The Warriors are going to pick up this win here this afternoon.
Yep, so the coin toss is underway. We'll see who's getting what coming up here in just a second. Travis will keep an eye on that, but we got the orange trimmed Warriors out there with the black pants. If you win, do you take the toss? Do you take the ball to start?
I think you defer. To me, you defer.
I don't know. Who won the toss?
Patrick Henry wins the toss, and they are going to receive to start this game. That's probably a good call because we talked about it's going to be a close ball game. Hey, one score might win it if you can't hold on to the football.
Come out as warm as you can. Right here at the beginning, the football will be dry.
That's right.
It'll be as dry as it's ever going to be.
We've actually seen it go both ways for Patrick Henry this year. You know, they took the ball in the roll retreat game, drove right down the field, made a statement. Now we go back to the Marion game, took the ball 3 and out, and that ended up a terrible start for Patrick Henry, getting down 21-0 early. But this may be the right thing to do. Get the ball, make a statement, get down the field. We'll see what happens.
Patrick Henry will be moving left to right across your radio dial to open up this first quarter as they do win the toss and choose to receive. The rain has let up just a little bit again. Not raining quite as hard as it was just a few minutes ago.
I'd like to thank our veterans for their dedication and sacrifices.
So as pregame ceremonies continue to wrap up here at Chilhowie High School, we'll take a short commercial break and be right back.
Come with me now. Come with me now. I'll take you down. Come with me now. I'll show you how. Come with me now. I'll take you down. Come with me now.
The Hogo Game of the Week is provided by Abingdon Equipment, Appalachian Plastics, Big M Farm Service, Carter's Pharmacy, Glade Pharmacy, Political Dogs, Serber & Son. Make sure you watch and listen at HogoGameDay.com.
Had a big play here. Saps on the handoff. He breaks loose. He's past the 50, down to about the 35, and he's knocked hard out of bounds by Riley Blevins. So that was a big-time hit by Riley.
Listen to our audio broadcast on your mobile device by downloading the Spreaker app through the Google Play Store for Android devices and on the App Store for iOS devices, and search for the Hoagie Heagie Network.
Keep up with all the action in the Hogo.
But Marion's going to take over here on the 10-yard line, right in the red zone. That handoff to Wagner up the middle. There's a lot of Warriors in the backfield. Here comes Wagner around the edge, diving in. Touchdown.
Like us on Facebook, Hogo Game Day. Follow us on Twitter at Hogo Game Day. And check out our very own website, www.hogogameday.com.
Everybody get hands up. Everybody throw your hands up. Come on and get cranked up. Everybody get amped up. We don't have a good time in here. It's okay to unwind in here.
Welcome back to Chilhowie High School, Chilhowie, Virginia, for tonight's Hoagie District Game of the Week. The visiting Patrick Henry Rebels here to take on the Chilhowie Mighty Warriors. It's a muddy night out there. Rain has let up a little bit right now, but temperature continues to drop, so it's good and cold, but this field is muddy. The officials, they look miserable out there, got their hands in their pockets, but they got a lot of work ahead of them. We expect to see the ball ran almost every single play tonight, and what that means is a chance for an opportunity to knock the ball loose and be some fumbles out there. It's going to be slick, hard to hold on to. Patrick Henry's getting ready to come out onto the field to receive. Again, Patrick Henry looking good tonight. Gray pants, white jerseys, blue numbers trimmed. They got their navy blue helmets on there. Patrick Henry dressed in and Chilhowie dressed in orange jerseys, black pants, black helmets with an orange war stripe down the middle.
Yeah, both these teams. Go ahead, Corey.
I think when you look at the keys here, it's obviously going to be who can capitalize on the turnovers, who can minimize the turnovers themselves, and really time of possession. If everybody's running the ball, this clock's going to continuously run, and if you're going to have a large time of possession, you've got to put points on the board. We saw this with the Northwood-George Wythe game. Northwood could run the ball. They could pick up the yards. They just couldn't get it in the end zone. That's going to be key tonight, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. This clock will roll down quick if they keep the ball on the ground.
A short squib kick to open the ball game there for Chilhowie. PH will set up shop from the 36-yard line.
No surprises there. Kick the ball on the ground. Make it hard for them to recover on a night like tonight. Get the ball as wet as you can.
Absolutely. You never know how the ball's going to bounce on a situation like that, especially if it bounces off a player. And plus, that kick did go 10 yards, so that's a recoverable ball there, too.
Yeah, it was a good chance there. PH is going to line up in the shotgun set here with two backs. Well, now they're going to go in motion. Two wide receivers out to the right. There's a snap. Toss out to Humphrey. He's got a gap. He's up to the 50-yard line, past the 50 to the other 45, out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. First down, Rebels. Big gain there on the opening play of the ball game. One thing to note, as this game gets started, we have a starter. Well, she's not out there right now, but Chilhowie does have a female football player. Plays a lot of linebacker, so that's a pretty interesting note.
Good blocking out on the edge that time by Patrick Henry. They sealed that near edge. Good room for Humphreys to run. Big carry sets up Patrick Henry in Northwood territory for their second snap of the game.
Patrick Henry in the gun this time. One wide receiver out wide to the left, one wide to the right. There's a snap. Hand off to Humphrey inside. He's up to the 40-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the carry. So we got 11:42 to go here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, no score in the ball game. Some subs coming out here for Patrick Henry. Looks like Caleb Boyd and Alex Davenport coming out wide here. We got trips to the left here. Graydon Williams out far wide left. Kent Kestner in the middle. Alex Davenport on the edge, and Caleb Boyd up here at the top by himself.
Well, we're getting ready to see if PH will throw it.
There's a snap. It's a screen play to Alex Davenport. He jukes a guy out. He's got a first down to the 30, to the 25, down to the 20. He's pushed out of bounds. Actually, he's down inbounds inside the 20. Looks like he's about, let's see where they're going to mark it, about the 16-yard line. So PH looking good here on the opening drive.
23-yard pass play there, so.
Yeah, 4 plays, they get into the Carter's Pharmacy red zone. Pretty good drive going for the Rebels.
Yeah, any snap in the red zone is brought to you by Carter's Pharmacy and Neighborhood Pharmacy in Saltville, Virginia. Shotgun set this time with a pistol with two halfbacks in the backfield. They're putting them in motion now. Trips to the right. There's a snap. Toss out wide again to Humphrey. There's a man there. He makes him miss. He's down inside the 10, fighting for it. He's down at about the 5-yard line. Good gain there. Looks like a gain of 10. First down, Patrick Henry. So Patrick Henry's coming out here doing exactly what they want to do. It's going to be first and goal from about the 6.
On this first drive, they look more like the Patrick Henry offense we seen against Royal Retreat than the one we seen against Marion 2 weeks ago.
So PH is getting their play call in. 0-0 game here as they're knocking on the door here, getting ready to score. We'll see what they do here. Zach Wright gets the play called in from the sideline. There isn't a play clock out here at Chilhowie, so it's all on the refs. PH looks kind of confused. We're waiting on something here.
The ball's not set ready for play yet, so
it took them a while.
Time.
Oh, it's second down.
Okay, so they didn't pick up the first
Did
down.
not get the first.
So it's second down and about 1. So PH gets their play call in. It looked like there was a issue there with the chain gang.
Right at that.
Oh,
right
never
at
mind.
that
It's like literally a second and an inch. We'll see.
Yeah, I believe I would measure that. But no, they're going to say short.
Okay, that's a weird chain of events there, but literally chain of events. It's probably a chain link away. All right, PH
On
lines
the
up.
chain gang.
Shotgun set. Two halfbacks in the backfield. Hand off to Humphrey. Breaks the tackle in the end zone. Touchdown, Patrick Henry. Give him 6. Dakota Humphrey storms in. That's a usual sight for the Rebels this year. They go 60 yards, about 65 yards, or about 55 yards for the score. Patrick Henry up 6-0. And it looks like Graydon Williams on for the extra point for the Rebels. Patrick Henry didn't bring a whole lot of people up I-81, but a decent amount of fans over there. Maybe they're listening to us. There's the snap, the hold, a kick is up. It's good. 7-0. Patrick Henry as Graydon Williams puts the extra point through. Let's turn to Travis DeBusk for the Political Dog. Hot dog. Play of the drive.
Couple of big plays on that drive that set up that score for Patrick Henry, but the first one, their first snap from scrimmage, they have 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. That's where Dakota Humphreys carries the ball to the near side up to the Chilhowie 42-yard line. That's a 21-yard carry. Couple plays later, they're into the end zone for the touchdown. That's your Political Dogs hot dog play of the drive. Political Dog Town Square, Glade Springs, Virginia. And with 10:37 remaining in the first quarter, your score: Patrick Henry Rebels 7, Chilhowie Warriors 0.
And during this time, we go ahead and thank all of our sponsors. Travis does a good job memorizing them.
That's right. We thank Carter's Pharmacy, our sponsor of the Carter's Pharmacy Red Zone over in Saltville, Virginia. Want to thank the Glade Spring Pharmacy, Big M Farm Supply in Meadowview, Serber & Son, Town Square, Glade Spring, of course, Political Dog, Glade Spring, and Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse. They'll be your sponsor tonight of the Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse scoreboard.
Yeah, I always try to keep Travis sharp.
And let's not forget Abingdon Equipment Company, who will be bringing us our halftime show tonight.
Did you do Glade Pharmacy?
I got Glade Pharmacy in there, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. I didn't know. There's a kick. It's going to be returned up past the 30, up to about the 40-yard line. He'll be brought down at about the 39. So Warriors start out in good field position here to start the ball game at the 39-yard line. Corey Chilhowie's been in this position a lot this year. Bounce back or lay down is pretty much the thing right now with the season they've had.
They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, and they want nothing more than to spoil the season for Patrick Henry, who's still alive in the 1A West here. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Patrick Henry did make a statement on that first drive, though.
Wing T set this time, storming up the middle. He's going to be brought down after a gain of about 4. And that was number 21, Xavier Caldell, a guy that we were very impressed with when we came for the Northwood game. He has a real burst right up to the line of scrimmage. So running a play in from the sideline there is the Warriors. 2nd down and 6 from the 43.
Ran that ball right up the gut. Picked up 4 yards without any problem.
There's a snap, handoff to Caldell again. He's up past the first down marker. He's loose up to the 40, to the 35. He's brought down inbounds at about the 34-yard line. 1st down, Warriors. So Chilhowie picks up a big gain on the second play of the ball game. Caldell breaks a couple tackles, sprints out wide to the right side of the field. 1st down, Warriors.
We talked about how slippery the ball was. Let's remember those jerseys are slippery tonight, too. There were several Rebel defenders got a hand on him, not able to wrap him up. Big pickup into Patrick Henry territory for Chilhowie.
Wing T set. There's a snap. We got a timeout.
I don't believe the officials set the ball ready for play yet.
Yeah, Chilhowie was trying to quicken the pace up right there. You don't see them do that a whole lot, but whenever you get a big play like that, you might be able to catch a team off guard. Didn't work out that time, though, as they call it dead before the snap. So it's 1st and 10 Warriors from the Rebel 34-yard line.
I think the back judge backed off of the ball before the linesman told him it was ready for play. There we go. Now we're marked and ready. First down, Chilhowie.
We got the I formation this time. There's a snap. Handoff inside. He's loose. It's Austin Millsap down inside the red zone. He's brought down at about the 17-yard line. First down, Warriors. A big run there all the way down to the 17-yard line. That was Austin Millsaps on the carry. That time a good change of pace from Xavier Caldwell.
Well, we're seeing what we saw in that game against Northwood. This offensive line for Chilhowie can block and can get the holes here, guys.
It's wing T formation this time. Brought down after a gain of about 5 by Dakota Humphrey. So a gain of about 4 or 5. I'll say 4, give or take. So it's second down and 6. So they're moving down to the 14-yard line. Chilhowie's answered well up to this point, driving back down inside the Carter's Pharmacy red zone.
Carter's Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy in Saltville, Virginia.
Here's the T formation. It's a reverse, or it's a fake handoff.
Play back there.
It's busted up as the running back ran into the QB Delp, and from then Kent Kestner and Dakota Humphrey were there to clean up the mess that they had already started. Tackle in the backfield, loss of about 3. It's going to be third down and 9.
I don't know. That's a pretty questionable play call there. It seems like when you've got something working and they're pounding up the middle, it seems like you'd stick with it.
I agree. They went away from what they had done so well to get to this point, to get down into the red zone. They get a little fancy, and it comes back to bite them in the butt, backs them up, makes it this a longer third down.
Oh, might want to note here, too, guys, that the wind and the rain is blowing in the faces of the Chilhowie players here.
3 backs in the backfield. They're going to toss it wide to Caldwell. It looks like we got a flag on the play. It was tossed actually to Millsaps. He was pushed out of bounds after a short gain, if any, on the play. We got a holding or a block in the back on the Warriors. So
same thing we've seen out of every Chilhowie game we've done this year. It seems like when they get within the 30-yard line, the whole game plan just falls apart.
It just seems like when they get down towards the red zone there, it just stalls out. What do you do here if you're the Rebels? Do you accept that penalty and back them up further, or do you go with the fourth? Do you decline it and take the 4th down?
They accepted it. I don't think Patrick Henry realized that would have brought up a 4th down unless they think they can get a stop here and force them to punt.
I don't think you can really look at the kicking game as an option right there, too. That's a pretty hefty field goal right there, especially for the conditions. Wind blowing in your face.
Yeah,
plus
there's not a real
turf
kicker, for this Chilhowie team as far as distance-wise.
Interesting, yeah.
I don't know.
You got to make that decision in a hurry, but I believe Patrick Henry should have not accepted that, declined that a penalty, and made it 4th down.
Instead, it's third down and 21. Third and 21 from the 29-yard line. There's a snap. It's an end around. He's trying to get the edge. He's unable to get it. Good call then right there. So it's going to be 4th down for the Warriors. And on the carry that time, that was number 6, Will Clark.
Well, here's another coaching decision here. Do you punt the ball? Do you try to go for it here? I mean, your field position's not great either way if you do turn the ball over. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, he got 1 yard on the play, so they're 4th down and about 20 from their own 28-yard line. They're going for it. Nothing to lose this far down the field here down in Rebel territory. Shotgun set. Putting a man in motion. They're doing a fake end around, looking deep, incomplete. Not a lot of effort right there by the wide receiver. That was intended for Tanner Brewster. Looked like he sort of gave up on the play. Good coverage downfield by Alex Davenport, but he didn't have to do anything. He was just standing there.
I think when we go back to the first game we did here with the Northwood Chilhowie game, I think what we took from that is that Chilhowie could be a passing team. We saw a lot of open receivers. It just doesn't seem like they've really honed in on that passing game this year. But I think they've got some young guys that maybe coming next year, they could be a contender here in the Hogan.
We're talking about some young guys for Chilhowie. They finished their 8th grade season undefeated. Defense only allowed 6 points all year, and that was on a punt return.
That's under Matt Snodgrass.
Yeah, Patrick Henry alumni.
Matty Ice.
Yeah, Matty Ice. Patrick Henry takes over from the 28, from their own 28 after a turnover on down. Zach Wright's going to fake a handoff play action. He's sacked, pushed down by big Tyler Price there for the Warriors.
Loss of 8.
Loss of 8 on the play. That'll get a little mud on that jersey there. Loss of 8 on the play. It's going to be second down and 18. Big play there on first down.
That kind of goes back to coaching, too. What they did on that first drive, you kind of got to stick with it instead of maybe mixing it up this early in the game. And now Patrick Henry finds himself in a long down situation.
Patrick Henry's shown the ability to run the ball, and they come out on first down, rolled the quarterback out, look like they're going to pass. Offensive line breaks down. Chilhowie gets back there, gets the big sack.
Shotgun set. Cuddy and Humphrey in the backfield for the Rebels. There's the snap. Handoff inside to Humphrey. No gain. Loss of 1 on the play. Patrick Henry looks out of sync up front. Their offensive line not getting any push. The Warriors' defensive line storming through, getting in the backfield the first 2 plays here.
Humphrey's going to carry the ball, going to lose another yard on that, it looks like. So things get a little bit tougher.
This all goes back to that first down play. Now you're almost in a must-pass down here.
When you're behind the sticks like this, you really don't have a lot of options.
Not
here.
too many plays in the playbook on a 3rd and 19.
Unless you're Notre Dame.
Or Detroit. Detroit scored on a 3rd and 25 versus Atlanta.
Timeout, Patrick Henry. What an awful time to have to use a timeout. Lined up in a wrong formation.
Well, how about Georgia Tech on the 4th and 25?
That's true.
Up there just a couple weeks ago in Blacksburg.
That's right.
4th and 20.
4th and 21.
Yeah, so
4th and 21. So it's all.
There's a few plays in there somewhere.
So PH has to call their first timeout of the first half on a 3rd down and 19. In that situation, I mean
I don't know.
It's kind of a waste.
You're in a punt situation here. Me and Travis was actually down on the field earlier discussing this. We were watching Patrick Henry warm up, and we had some snap problems. The snaps not getting off the ground, snaps going over the kickers' heads, and on a night like this, whether we have the conditions, it's just going to make it real tough to get the ball back to the punter. And this is definitely not a place where you want to make a mistake here.
But do you call the timeout there or take another 5 yards?
Well, it's an insurmountable task as it is. So yeah, maybe you just take the 5-yard penalty. And
so it's 3rd down and 19 from their own 19. Shotgun snap. Pass out to the wide side of the field, and he's brought down. That was Isaac Carver on the reception. Gain of about 5 on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and gain of about 3 on the play. It's going to be 4th down and about 16. So PH is going to bring out their punt team. Here's the interesting thing that you guys were just talking about. Let's see if we can get a good snap here.
This is going to be key here. You definitely don't want to put it on the ground, but you definitely don't want to put it over his head either.
Well, there's a couple of factors. It's wet for the kid snapping it. It's wet for your punter too. He's got to receive it cleanly and get it off.
Yeah, the punter Graydon Williams was standing on his own 9-yard line. Double safe return. Good punt come off the leg of Williams. It's going to be fielded at the 49-yard line. Going to be tackled, though, after a minimal gain of about 3 on the play, brought down by number 2, Caleb Boyd, as the Warriors will start in Rebel territory here on the 48-yard line. So good clean snap, got it off, decent punt, and good coverage downfield. So PH dodged a bullet there.
Not a terrible field position swap, Travis.
No, pretty good job. That whole punt sequence, though, went a whole lot better than what we anticipated after what we've seen in warm-ups, but good job that time.
Good hang-em punt. It stayed up long enough.
Good kick, good coverage downfield. Good job by Patrick Henry. Chilhowie still set up in PH territory, but
I formation this time. It's Caldell up the middle. He's met, but it looked like Dakota Humphrey met him there. A big jolt at about the 45-yard line. He's brought down at the 45-yard line, so it's gain of about 3 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 7.
Be interesting to see how Chilhowie runs this second possession here. We saw him kind of go away from the bread and butter there late in the red zone. We'll just have to see what they go back to here.
It's I formation. This time Tyler Price goes in motion. There's a handoff to the right side of the field. He's brought down after a gain of about 4. That was Caldell again on the carry. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Nice and manageable 3rd down here. Just run that same play again, pick up the 1st down, just keep marching it down the field, just like you've been hitting on, Corey. No reason to get fancy now. Just nickel and dime them to death if you can and get down in the end zone and get this touchdown.
And this ball game, it's going to be sloppy already.
Oh, yeah.
Slop around. Get
and
down
it's going to be. It's not going to get any better. If anything, it'll get worse.
There's the snap again from the I formation. He's got the 1st down. Got it by about a yard. So it was Caldell on the carry. Gain of 4. He only needed 3. 1st down Warriors. Down inside the 40 to the 36-yard line.
I think you got it right there, Travis. I think they got to stick with this bread and butter here. It's working. They're getting 3 and 4 yards a pop, and that's how you get down in those situations, and there's really no reason to change your game plan down there in the red zone.
You proved you could stop PH on that last drive. It also keeps the clock running. We're down now. We're under about 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
Got an offset I formation. This time it's Millsaps. Short gain on the play. It looked like he got, let's see where they're going to mark, gain of about 1. So it's going to be 2nd down and 9. So good stop right there. Well, it's a gain of about 2. 2nd down and 8. PH had a good stop right there.
Changed it up a little bit that time. Went to the right side of the line. They've been running everything to the left side.
That's a good point you made about the clock, too. When we were over here for the Northwood Chilhowie game, it constantly ran, before we knew it, the quarter was over.
Got an update from Saltville. Rural Retreats up 7-0 in the first quarter. There's another run up the middle, short gain of about 2. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Warriors. So we get a 3rd and a little bit longer here. Do you go back to the ground? Is it 4 down territory down here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you gotta keep going for it.
We got 1:45 to go here until the end of the first quarter. Patrick Henry scored first. It's 7-0 PH here as the Warriors are driving down to the 30-yard line. There's a handoff outside to Millsaps. Gain of 6 or about 7 on the play, 1st down. Warriors, he's up to the 25-yard line. Good gain there. Keeping it on the ground. I think PH got a little fancy there the last time they had the ball. And now the Warriors are driving back down. But the Warriors did what they've done all season. When they got down here, they stalled. Every time they get down inside the 20, they've had that issue. I talked to Coach Robinson before the game. He said, Dylan, that issue hasn't changed. It's still there. Caldell inside, gain of about 4. And that's really bad. Chilhowie's a team. If you make them go a long way, they've got to run a lot of plays. He said, we're missing that big play threat right now. He said, we can get 5 or 6 yards of play, but eventually, these young players, they're going to make a mistake on one of these downs.
Is that where the coaches get greedy, though, and decide they got to go for the big play? 5 or 6 yards a down does it.
That's a good point, and really we've talked about how efficient this offensive line is in moving the pile.
Well, they're senior late, and 4 out of the 5 starters are seniors.
Here we see it again.
There's a rollout pass out of bounds. Yeah, they try to play action. There's a flag down. It's going to be intentional grounding, it looks like.
And we had that explained to us a couple weeks ago that no matter in high school, Virginia high school, if the quarterback's in the pocket or out of the pocket, he cannot throw it to anyone but a receiver or a receiver in the vicinity. So that will be intentional grounding.
Yeah, no tackle box rule in the Virginia High School League. But what a crazy play call. Your second
it
5.
It goes right back to it, and that's a loss of down play, too. So, it goes back to what we were just talking about, Travis.
It puts you at a 3rd and 10 now. So.
Yeah,
actually, that's a 10-yard penalty, so you're
3rd and 15. And I think the fans that are mad, I don't think they understand that VHS.
Well, you don't understand it. You see it in college and you see it in the pros, and it's the whole tackle box thing. The quarterback, Delp had rolled all the way out almost over here to the sideline, but it doesn't apply here.
Right.
So we got offset I formation here. Everybody slides to the right. There's a snap, toss wide, doing a halfback pass. They got a man wide open downfield. It's incomplete. They had a man. They had number 6, Will Clark, streaking right down the field. Nobody was
wide
there.
Open. Missed opportunity.
Good pass there by By Delp, but I mean that ball's so wet it's hard to grab.
It wasn't Delp. That was
Millsap.
Millsap pass.
Oh,
That was a
sorry.
halfback pass.
Cool.
Very good
all right.
pass from the running back there, but that just goes to show you. Here we are again. Chilhowie was down close to the red zone. Now they get the penalty, the incomplete pass. We're looking at 4th and 16 here, guys. It just seems like every time they get down here, it's just the drive stalls.
That's the way it was against Northwood. Exactly.
They're going to go for it. I believe I would punt it here.
Yeah, they're going for it from their 30. Timeout, Chilhowie. That is their first timeout of the first half. With that, we're going to go ahead.
I'm actually going to touch on another thing that got explained to me this week. We talked about the catch for Kit Kessner in the Rural Retreat game, and I had talked about how I didn't feel like it was a catch. I actually got it explained to me by a Virginia high school referee how that play was called complete. When Kessner came down, 1 foot was inbounds and 1 foot was out of bounds. And when that foot touches out of bounds, that play is automatically over. And we saw Kessner make the catch, come down to the ground with it, and then get hit and lose the ball. Well, that's actually a catch. So as much as I criticized them, they got it right. As much as we watch college and pro, they have to complete the catch. In Virginia High School League, as soon as his foot touches out of bounds, of course you only have to have 1 foot inbounds. As soon as that foot touches out of bounds, that play is over no matter what happens out of bounds.
Oh, interesting. Thanks for that, Corey. Yeah, you're right. We've watched so much pro and college, just like the intentional grounding there a second ago. We got those rules burned into our minds, and sometimes we forget what goes on here.
Yeah, there's a lot of difference in high school. Shotgun set this time, trips to the left. A deep pass, incomplete, knocked down by Caleb Boyd. Good coverage back there from the cornerback position, coming across, batting that ball down. Pass was intended for number 32, Jordan Power. That was intended for Jordan Powers, incomplete. So he was open. But that's another turnover on downs inside Patrick Henry territory. Rebels will take over yet again on the 29-yard line.
Well, why do you go away from what's working for you? I mean, we've watched them run the ball, pick up 4 yards, 5 yards.
You think it's in the coaches' minds, though, that every time they've done this, they've gotten down here and they've stalled, so they feel like they've got to make a change, even though the run's working?
I don't know. It seemed like in the Northwood game we saw a lot of turnover issues down here. Here it just seems like a lot of play call issues.
So PH is in that heavy set now. This is one that everybody's been talking about. Short gain on the play. Gain of about 2. So it's 2nd down and 8. That was Andy Cuddy. And he got a gain of 2 on the play. So Cuddy. That is the end of the first quarter on that Andy Cuddy carry. 7-0 Rebels lead. Came out in that heavy formation that time. We hadn't seen that today. You think PH is starting to see, hey, maybe if we can push these guys around, get them off balance, maybe a 2-score game right now seems like a lot.
Well, they really ran the ball well on that first drive, and it all started with a couple plays that bounced to the outside. So, and they really haven't gone back to that, which the last drive really was almost like a fluke drive. They started with a attempted pass play with the sack, and then, of course, they had the pass play on the swing pass that only gained a yard. But to me, it just seems like with the way that it was bouncing outside, they spread it out. They got all those guys out of the box. I think that heavy formation, if anything, helps Chilhowie's defense. It keeps a lot of guys in the box. And essentially, and of course, our high school league here, if you play offensive line, you're probably playing defensive line too. And if that offensive line's getting a push for Chilhowie, they're probably getting the push back on Patrick Henry's offensive line. So to me, I think you kind of stay out of the heavy set. You spread it out like you did that first drive, and you pound the run.
Score update, though, from Saltville. Like I said, Rural Retreat's up 7-0 with 6:56 to go in the first. That last update, Sowers ran for 1 yard in, the quarterback for Rural Retreat, on a run-only drive. Didn't even throw the ball on the drive after a Northwood fumble. A gain of about 2 on the play for the Rebels. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 5. So 3rd down and 5 here. Rebels are bringing out that wide receiver group here, the young wide receiver. Alex Davenport stepping out on the field for Patrick Henry. Caleb Boyd's out wide by himself over on the right side of the football field. We got trips to the left here with Graydon Williams out far wide. Kit Kessler in the middle, and the speedy Alex Davenport inside on the slot. There's a snap. He's looking deep. He's got a man. Incomplete. Had Kent Kessler. Went right through his hands. Incomplete. That'll be 4th down and 5.
Good call by Corey there. Spread that defense out. Kessler was open right there in the flats. Just a nice, easy dump pass. Ball was there, but it's wet. Hard for Corey to grab on to.
Let's turn to the Lowe's Home Improvement scoreboard, Corey.
The only score I've got right now is the 7-0 Rural Retreat score, but it just broke by WCYB that both Daniel Boone and David Crockett High Schools in Tennessee have been suspended from the Tennessee playoff contention.
Ooh.
And they will be fined $4,750 apiece for the fight last night, guys.
Wow.
That's big. Good punt there by Graydon Williams from his own about 20-yard line. He punts it out past the 50, downed by the Rebels. It was a 40-yard punt with no return, as the Warriors will set up shop on their side of the field in their own territory at the 35. First drive, the Warriors have started. Well, last drive, they were in great position. This time they're going to have to go a little bit further. Warriors trail this game to PH 7-0. Just starting a fresh second quarter, 11:06 to go here until the half. There's a snap, handoff inside to Caldell. He's got about 5. 2nd down and 5 coming up for the Warriors.
See, that's a good carry there for Caldell. Just straight up the middle, gets 5 yards without any problem. Moves it up to the 40-yard line. 2nd and 5, Chilhowie.
So that altercation between Davy Crockett and Daniel Boone.
That was. Did you guys get to watch that video?
I seen that on the news. The old musket bowl.
That was after the game was over, during the handshake.
A coach was arrested as well. I saw that. There's another run by Caldell. He's going to be met about a yard shy of the first down. Gain of 4. It's going to be a 3rd down and 1 situation.
Is that confirmed? In fact, the arrest was a coach.
I saw that
a
on
couple
News
things
5.
earlier that maybe
the arrest was the coach.
In fact,
I'm not
coach,
sure which
okay.
It
coach
was an
it was.
assistant. I'm pretty sure.
They
I don't know
will
which team.
Both teams will be allowed to finish the regular season, but as far as the playoffs, they will not be banned. And actually, they're banned from the playoffs for the next 3 years.
Ouch.
So their next 3 seasons will be null and void towards playoff contention.
That's like the death penalty of high school. That's
in
bad.
high school football, yeah.
There's a snap, handoff. He's brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
I believe he's got it.
Looks like it's enough for a first down. Good play there by Jacob Sheets. But Caldell is able to get the first down. He landed just about a yard past the sticks. We're down inside 10 minutes until the half. 9:49 to go until we have halftime. PH leads 7-0 as the Warriors are driving up past their own 40 to the 46-yard line. There's that T formation that the Warriors run with 3 running backs in the backfield. It's a fullback draw. Logan Nutter on the carry, gain of 6. Actually, we'll call it a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. And that takes them up past the 50 into Rebel territory to the 49-yard line. Another drive. They're in Rebel territory. Let's see if they can cap it off.
Seems like the run game is really still working for Chilhowie. We just got to see if they stick with it here.
Yeah, it's about time for them to call something different and start
No,
backing
they haven't
up.
got down that far yet.
Yeah, got to get down to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah. There's that T formation. Fake handoff to the fullback. They're going to hand it off to Caldell on the backside. He breaks a tackle up past the first down stick.
Looks like we're going to have a holding penalty out there.
Oh, yeah, we do have a hold. So that gain was enough for a first down. It was a gain of 12 on the play by Millsaps.
That may be a block in the back there, guys. I'm
It's
not
a
sure.
holding
It's either a hold
call.
or a block in the back.
We got a holding on the Warriors. So a big penalty there. A gain of 12 is going to be off or not, as the Warriors are going to have to reset here. So it was just 2nd down. Well, it wasn't a gain of 12. It was a gain of 7. Good play there. Faked it to the fullback and then went around the end with the running back.
Yeah, it was a good play because Patrick Henry, they were cheating on the snap there a little bit. They they would have been back there if the handoff would have gone to the fullback. But good play call by the Warriors.
So after the penalty, it's going to be second down and about 14. So behind the chains here again with a dominant running game in hand.
We've really seen this 2 drives in a row now. The Chilhowie penalties have backed them up for long down situations.
There's the T formation. There's the snap. He's going to roll out, fake the handoff. He's got a man running a streak. He's caught it down inside the 20. He's tackled at about the 11-yard line. That's Will Clark. They tried to get Will Clark earlier in the ball game, and they missed him. This time, Delp connects. Big play there. From their own 42 all the way down inside the Carter's Pharmacy red zone. 50-yard pass play, so a huge gain on the play. They had to break it open eventually.
Delp delivered that ball right on the numbers. It was right in Clark's breadbasket. He was able to haul it in, pick up a few more yards after the catch, and Chilhowie's in business.
T formation this time, backside handoff, inside the 5, inside the 3-yard line. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. It's close. That's going to be enough for a first down. It's going to be first and goal. We'll see where they're going to mark it. It's going to be at about the 2-yard line. Or the 1. They're calling it the 1. First and goal. 1 yard gets them pay dirt here as they trail 7-0 to the Rebels. Rebels haven't defeated the Warriors since 2003, so it's been a while for Patrick Henry. Warriors trying to even up the score here. 8:10 to go until the half. They're lining up in the T formation. There's the snap, handoff inside to Caldell. Touchdown, got it. So now they're an extra point away from tying this ball game. What an answer from the Warriors after stalling on 2 drives. Hits the big play, gets the 1-yard TD. So we'll see what they do here as it seems like Warrior country is coming to life for Chilhowie. Some excitement over here on this side of the field.
Good drive by the Warriors. They had their worst starting field position of the night so far and able to drive it down, tie this ball game up at 7 apiece. Well, extra point pending, 7-6 right now. Patrick Henry, 8:05 remaining in the first quarter as Chilhowie gets ready for the PAT.
So we got 8:05 to go. Both teams have 2 timeouts to go until the half, so we could have an interesting final 8 minutes. Extra point coming up. It's going to be number 64, Jacob Doss, the sophomore, on for the extra point for the Warriors. There's the snap. The hold is down. The kick is up through the uprights. It's good. We're tied here in Chilhowie High School, 7-7 as we near the half. Travis, what is your political dog, hot dog, play of the drive?
Following a big holding penalty, Chilhowie had the ball 2nd and 14 from their own 42-yard line. That's where Delp rolls out to his right, delivers the pass deep, 50 yards to Will Clark down into the Carter's Pharmacy red zone. That would set up Chilhowie in business with an opportunity to tie this game at 7-7 with 8 minutes remaining in the first half. That's your political dogs. Hot dog play of the drive. Political Dog, Town Square, Glade Spring. Be sure you pay those guys a visit. Let's go to Corey now with the Lowe's Home Improvement update.
All right, guys. The last update that we had on the Rural Retreat Northwood game, it was still 7-0 Rural Retreat. We have our first update from Marion, Virginia High. Marion leads that game early, 21-0. Leffler to Blevins, 24-yard touchdown pass. 8:26 left in the second quarter, guys.
So the Big Red Machine rolls on.
Yeah, they're rolling here in Smith County. On for the kick here. It looks like Price, or excuse me, that'd be the same kicker there. Doss on the kickoff. It's a short kick. Bobbled by Humphrey. He picks it up, falls down. They're going to call him down at the 25-yard line. Might have had a big return there. But he takes a knee on accident, lost his balance. Good call. I didn't get a very good angle there.
Yeah, good call. Looked like his knee touched the ground,
yeah.
So
PH starts their drive in this tie ball game. We might finally be getting what we've asked for, a tight ball game.
It's a tight one. We haven't had one be this close going into halftime so far. The rain's starting to fall a little bit harder again now, too.
Yeah, the rain's starting to pour.
I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but Chilhowie's head coach is in the same attire we've seen him in all year. He's still sporting the shorts.
Coach Testerman, the defensive coordinator, is in shorts too. Coach Testerman, the defensive coordinator for Chilhowie, used to be at PH, so we know him pretty well. There's a snap toss to the right by Humphrey. We got a flag down on the play. No gain on the play. We got a holding call on the Rebels. They're going to take the penalty, the Warriors are, so that's going to back the Rebels up again behind the chains. PH looked good the opening drive, starting off behind the chains on 2 consecutive possessions.
Yeah, this is really going to back them up. Going to make it 1st and 20 from their own 15-yard line.
We talked earlier in the game about the keys to the game. We really talked about the turnovers. We didn't really much talk about the penalties, but that's really been the story of the game. The penalties here have backed up the teams in the long down situations, and we really haven't seen either team overcome those long down situations, Travis.
Are you surprised to see with under 8 minutes to go in this first half we haven't seen a turnover yet? I am.
I'm very surprised. I really thought as much as Patrick Henry likes to throw the ball, we'd see something there. And honestly, both running backs, Humphreys especially, has had some turnover issues here, but it seems like with a wet ball, he's good to go.
PH in a pistol set. Zach Wright on the keeper. It was actually an option play. He's brought down in the backfield. Loss of 1. It's going to be 1st down or 2nd down and about 26. So a big penalty to start the drive. Now they lose another yard. 2nd down and 26 from the 12. From their own 12, excuse me. So PH definitely needs a spark here offensively after that first drive. Things have went cold for the Rebels. And now your play call's limited. You got to play it safe, kind of. You don't really want to let it loose unless you just totally trust your wide receivers and your QB back here.
Well, PH has got Chilhowie spread out a little bit here. They're going to show.
Yeah, they got trips to the right again. Caleb Boyd over by himself over here on the left side of the field. They're going deep to Boyd. Incomplete. Good coverage downfield that time by Tanner Brewster. Batted the ball away. Looked like Boyd had a gap there. Wright kind of underthrew him if he'd let him a little bit farther. But on a night like tonight, you're not going to get perfect passes, incomplete. Good defensive play there for the Warriors. 3rd down and 25.
Applaud PH for taking a shot there. Yeah, he had Boyd open for just a moment. Pass just a little bit underthrown, but that was probably the best he could do under the conditions. Again, it's starting. The rain is starting to pick up, and the field is getting even muddier now.
Oh, and that play would have been well enough for a 1st down as well. Shotgun set again. There's the snap. He's going to drop back. He loses his footing. He's going deep to Graydon Williams. Got him at the 50, down at the 40-yard line. A huge play right on the money, throwing darts. Zach Wright put it in the only place his wide receiver there, Graydon Williams, could catch it. Great throw. Graydon is 6'6", 180 pounds, so he's a pretty easy target to see. And Williams hauls it in after a 40-yard completion on 3rd down and 25. What a huge play. 48-yard play, so a huge play there. Rebels now inside Warrior territory here at the 40-yard line.
They hit Williams in stride. That was a good throw.
We've been proved wrong. We just talked about how this...
Shotgun set. Humphrey on the carry. Humphrey's got it. He's got the gap. He's got a 1st down. He's down at about the 26-yard line, 1st and 10 Rebels. So after a big play there, the Rebels go to the big back.